Hi guys, my name is Aimee Cho. I'm a golf professional. Today we're gonna focus mainly on the backswing. If you have under the plane inside takeaway, that's going to lead you to be across the line at the top. We're going to talk about why this loopy backswing happens and give you a simple drill to help you fix it. So the proper way of swinging is doing that one-piece takeaway where everything is moving together and going straight back on line. And from here, the body rotates to complete your backswing. And now that shaft is pointing either slightly left of the target or right parallel to the target. That's the correct backswing. The most common backswing fault we see in golfers is to take it back inside under the plane, either because you flip or because you pull or because you sway. From here, if you rotate, now the club gets really behind you and you can't get back to the golf ball properly. So you will end up lifting to complete that swing. And what happens? The elbow flies and the club is now pointing right at the target, which is across the line at the top. The only problem with this loopy inside across the top backswing is the cost in the downswing. From here, you will either go over the top, initiate with the right shoulder. That's going to make you hook or slice. Or you can do a Jim Furyk movement and then go back inside again, but you'll get stuck and then you can flip through. So we have to first fix that takeaway, okay? So I'm going to explain you the proper takeaway first. Pretend there's a clock on the ground, 12 o'clock over here, 6 o'clock over here, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So when you set up, I have an exaggerated iron so you can see it clearly. The toe is pointing at 12 o'clock. When you take it back properly, you're taking it back on straight line, and the toe is pointing anywhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. That's what we want. And then after impact, at post-impact position, the toe is pointing anywhere between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. That's what we want. If you're able to move your club head square 3 feet behind and in front of the golf ball, then now you have higher chances of going into the golf ball square at impact. But if you have tendency to either like sway and pull inside or flip like this, your body is very smart. You're going to manipulate to get it back square, and now you have too much movement going on here 3 feet behind and in front of the golf ball. Now you have less chances of going into the golf ball square, and you're losing a lot of speed and power because of that. Okay, so if you understand what the club is supposed to do in the takeaway, I'm going to show you what the right hand is supposed to do. So in the setup, if you go ahead and open your right hand, it's supposed to match your club face. It's looking at the target, okay? So I have a ta-da, Captain America, Steve Rogers shield here. We're going to use this, and I'm gonna grip it like this. So this is going to indicate two things: the club face orientation and your right palm orientation. So in the setup, it's going to be looking at the target, like so. In the takeaway, it's still trying to look at the target, maybe slightly more down toward the ground, but it's still the same angle, right? And then you rotate and complete the backswing correctly. Now it's looking at the sky about 45 degrees this way, that's correct. And then you come back to the impact, looking at the target slightly downward, that way you can compress it, that's what we want. But if you flip and you get inside, boom. Now the shield is looking way over there, way different than before, right? It's rotated too much. And from here, you can't turn, so you lift. Now it's looking at the ground. From here, you can either go over the top or do a Jim Furyk, boom. It's facing that way again. Now you're flipping through. So you can tell the big difference is the shield's flipping, moving around too much. If there's too much movement in your hand and your club face, obviously you're gonna have less control over it, which we don't want. Let's not make golf more difficult than it already is, okay? So I'm going to give you a simple drill, Aimeefied for you, meaning making it simple, fun, and effective, and fix this for you right now. Okay, you're going to have to concentrate on two arrows for me, okay? The famous 8 o'clock position that I always talk about. Your left arm points at 8 o'clock, okay? Club parallel to the ground, club head is where the hands are right on line, toe pointing at 12 o'clock, that's ideal 8 o'clock position. If you're under the plane, you'll be over here. okay? What I want you to do, to exaggerate this, you have to feel like your club head is actually in front of your hands and above the plane, swing plane, okay? So, first arrow goes like this. At 8 o'clock, I want you to point that butt into the grip at your trail knee. Right knee if you're right-handed. That's the first arrow. Boom, 8 o'clock, point at your trail knee. And then you're going to rotate to complete the backswing. Now, that club head is going to be pointing either slightly left of the target or right at the target, okay? But if you do it wrong, you flip. Now the grip end arrow is going to be pointing way right of the target, kind of toward the sky. And then from here you lift. Now the club is pointing way right of the target. We don't like those arrows, okay? So you're gonna go knee, target. Okay, let's try and break them up and hit some shots here, shall we? I've teed it up so we don't have to worry about how we hit. Trail knee, target. Wow, I hit that really good. Okay, so do that practice over and over until you get comfortable with that. Once you are comfortable, we're gonna go ahead and link it all up together. Oh, that was a good one. Maybe I need to work on this. So if you have an under the plane inside takeaway that's causing you to get across the line at the top, I want you to remember these two arrows, trail knee at the target. Work on it a lot so that way you get comfortable with the motion. So from now on, you should be able to swing on plane. That way you can hit that golf ball nice and long and straight. I hope you're able to follow along. If you have any more questions, please come to my website's Ask Aimee section. Leave your questions and comments there. And I'll see you guys in the next lesson.